This man
Okay.
spent tens of thousands of dollars on plastic surgery to look like, you probably already guessed it because he looks so much like him, David Beckham. You know, if David Beckham was a Pidgeotto. Meet Jack Johnson, not to be confused with the singer-songwriter.
Wait, plastic surgery is getting out of hand though. I don't understand it.
His facial features like an RPG custom character spec slider.
Like a fucking Elden Ring mop, mate.
We'll be looking at Jack's several-year-long journey.
Look at him though. Look at his eyes, bro. They don't even look real.
This video is sponsored by Helix. Helix makes premium mattresses and bedding, custom fit to your needs and shipped right.
Bro, it does. It makes them look like
mattress now for
hella puffy. Like their face just looks puffier than normal. Like I got a puffy face, but
I've been complaining about neck
Jesus.
pain and back pain, and since I've been on it, it is yet to return. It's really easy to get a Helix mattress of your own. You just take their sleep.
Looking a bit too. Yeah, no, ad bro. Ad breaks.
Your preferences and sleeping style. Since I'm a side sleeper who likes a soft mattress, they gave me the Sunset. And if you're nervous about buying a mattress from the internet, Helix
may as well watch it. Can't skip out on the ads, I guess.
That's more than 3 months. And if you don't like the mattress, they'll pick it up right from your door and issue a full refund. If you do like it, each Helix mattress has a 10-year warranty. And you don't have to spend a lot of money right up front with Helix's financing and payment plans.
Bro, if you need a new bed.
Or go to helixsleep.com/wang. You'll get $200 off your Helix Sleep mattress as well as 2 free pillows. I've always thought that people judge those who get plastic surgery a little bit harshly. To me, there's very little that distinguishes it from just extreme body mods. At the same time, though, there are those who allow plastic surgery to consume them, never feeling quite satisfied with what they've got.
Like, have you seen, hold up, they're like twins, hold up. Where is it? Hold up. These two twins, like they're fucking proper. This is like actual goals, bro. PLAS plastic. Bro, this is what happens when you consume it. Like, look at him, man. Look at these dudes. Bruh, imagine like going to sleep, right? Or waking up and you have this like stuck in your face. Like, oh, bruh. Oh, did I exit out of the thingo? I did too. No, I didn't. There it is.
That'll bring them the perfection they seek.
Bro, fuck that.
Always falling short of that goal. Such as the tale of one Jack Johnson. He first comes to internet.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Years old in September of 2016. At the time, several outlets reported on the story of the teen from Nottingham who had spent prices
20 grand,
20,000 pounds on cosmetic procedures.
20,000 pounds. That's like 40k Australian, so maybe 38, but still a lot of money.
Quite obviously, looked nothing like David Beckham. As some pointed out, he more closely resembled a white Kim Jong-un than David Beckham. In fact, if you look at the 4 pictures, I feel like he kinda looked more like David Beckham before he got any work done. The procedures at this point included teeth veneers, lip fillers, cheek fillers, eyebrow lift, Botox in his forehead, and tan injections.
Tan injections?
I didn't even know tan injections were a thing.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Apparently, there's some people who go even further with it.
Bro,
he also had several more procedures.
You can pretty much
copying David Beckham's tattoos. He also claimed to
you can become black
whenever Beckham did. This way, he would always look as close
the more
to
you
as
know.
possible. And while Beckham did in fact rock a Pidgeotto cut for a while, the thing is, Jack has a very pronounced widow's peak. It would keep him from ever matching it entirely, which is why he had stated that he was going to go to Poland to get a hair transplant. And then, of course, there's the matter of the physique. David Beckham, who has spent most of his adult life
he's built
at the highest levels, has an extremely chiseled physique. Jack, on the other hand, does not. But Jack hoped to address this with gastric bypass surgery. So how did all this get started anyway?
How does he have the money to afford it?
Supposedly begins in 2008. It was at this time that an 11-year-old Jack attended Wimbledon with his school on a class trip. During the trip, he happened to see David Beckham out with his son Brooklyn. For that moment, he knew what he had to do. I've always wanted to look like him because there isn't a person on this planet who can say he is ugly. Jack was actually not a fan of soccer at all. He was just attracted to David Beckham's celebrity lifestyle, which was corroborated by comments by his older brother Aaron. Outspoken Aaron from Nottingham exclusively revealed, he is a twat. He really is. He wants to be famous and wants to be the next star. I know it is harsh, but I am just being honest. He has gone over the top. There is no stopping him. he needs to calm it down because he thinks he has a law to himself. He is in cloud cuckoo land. And although the brother's comments seem a bit harsh, Jack's own comments make it seem like, this is kind of in line with the truth of it. I want to be on the friends list of Nicki Minaj, Beyonce,
Why?
Drake, and Katie Price. One day, Simon Cowell will be picking up the phone to me. And as it turns out, that week the fame he was looking for came to him, although perhaps for unexpected reasons. So, Jack was unemployed at the time. So how was he paying for all of this?
Yeah, where is he getting this money?
Media narrative,
Drug
he
dealing.
was on government benefits and using his welfare on plastic surgery, instead of, the source of necessities it's supposed to be for. So there you go, as sensationalistic as a story already is that you got this guy getting...
Wait, how do you
surgery
save up that
David
much
Beckham,
money though?
who looks like nothing like David
From
Beckham.
like government
On top of
welfare.
that, now you can say, hey, this guy, he's spending your tax money to look like this. It
Yeah, what the
culminates in an
fuck?
interview on the show this morning, which shines a bit more light on how Jack actually is. And it's pretty interesting. Like, knowing that this guy is definitely seeking fame, you might expect him to be someone who's, just kind of trolling for attention. But in the interview, he actually does come across surprisingly self-aware. Like, he knows he doesn't look like David Beckham.
Like, obviously, I know I don't look like him, you know what I mean? I'm not that stupid.
And he knows he's not in good shape.
Obviously, I'm not slim like him, I ain't got the six-pack, but I do want a gastric band.
Which, by the way, the doctors did reject his application for a gastric band. One of the more poignant moments...
Yeah, just work out,
he's
dude.
asked what happened
Go to the
when
gym. Oi,
eventually he does
save your
reach
money.
the goal of looking like David Beckham.
Do you ever worry that after doing all of this, spending all this money, putting your health at risk, that actually maybe you should just work on you and learn to really love the person that you are now?
I know
Nah.
what you mean, but not really. I'm happy looking like David Beckham, being like David Beckham. I want his lifestyle.
You can hear the desperation in his voice, as if he's thought about this question before. And now it sounds like he's trying to convince himself that this is what will make everything right. And it kind of makes you feel for the dude a bit. Because even if it's not as extreme, there's probably been some moment where you thought, if only I had this specific thing turn out a certain way, everything would be fine in my life. And it's just never really like that. Eventually they get to the burning controversy though, the benefits.
You're unemployed, you're spending your benefits on...
Yeah, bro, imagine how much money is he getting from benefits?
My money on my benefits. I've took out loans and I'm in debt.
But
How are you going to
paying
pay
for
that
the
back?
loans?
You could tell by his immediate reaction that he was annoyed by the claim that he was funding all this with government benefits. At that point, he was already £19,000 in debt, and needed by his estimate $30,000 more to finish the job. Which honestly, it's wild to me that an unemployed 19-year-old can be given loans like this. And the earliest reporting on him did
bro,
mention that he
we
funded
don't
all
even
this
get that
with
much from
loans.
Australian
But
benefit.
as outlets latched
I
onto
wish I
the
got some.
benefits thing more, that narrative sort of disappear. And it was often paired with political commentators who were like,
What the
hey,
fuck?
you see this?
What the
This is why
fuck?
we gotta cut back on those benefits. Granted, he did have some wild ideas on what should be covered by the NHS, such as lip fillers. Incredibly, the teenager also wants some plastic surgery procedures like lip fillers to be free on the NHS.
Bruh.
He added, I think lip fillers should be on the NHS. I've had arguments about this with people on the internet. I understand
Lip fillers,
there are
make
other
'em free.
things out there on the NHS that are important. I understand, for example, people who want a baby should have IVF treatment on the NHS, but other people need work on their lips. Not to mention he would in fact get into
My
it
lips
with
are
people
fine.
online over the
I
benefits.
think.
When one Twitter user questioned why Jack had been able to splash his benefits on beauty treatments, he replied, because I'm fabulous. A few months later though, Jack would come clean with a
Bruh.
startling admission. It was all just a stunt. He never spent that money, he was never on benefits, never wanted to look like David Beckham, and his friends and family were all in on it. It was all
Really?
just a stunt so he could appear on This Morning. He came clean to everything in a Facebook post saying that he just wanted to be liked, but ultimately the sudden fame made everything worse. Fame doesn't solve your problem.
Nah,
It
that's
actually
guy's
made my problems
coping.
worse.
Has
Don't
to
get
be.
me wrong. It's amazing having free things sent to you or getting invited to celebrity events or being paped. But behind the cameras, I was
Paped?
living
What's
in a fantasy.
paped?
But ultimately, this all just makes what
Papped.
happens next even more confusing. He would spend a significant amount of time afterwards finding himself. And here's what he found. In June of 2018,
Alcohol.
2 years after his original rise to infamy, and 1 year after the admission that it was all fake, he's back at it again. Okay, yeah, he didn't want to look like David Beckham after all. Now, he wanted to look like David Beckham's son, Brooklyn Beckham. David is obviously very attractive, but he's getting older now and I want a younger, fresher look. Brooklyn is more in the limelight, and
This
now
bro-
when I
this
go to my
dude.
surgeon or beauty therapist, I take a picture of him. He commented that looking back on that TV interview, he thought he looked like Mr. Potato Head, but he was happy with
Oi,
his
it's from that
current
potato
look,
game we
which
just played, mate.
9,000 pounds more.
He's the killer.
Thread
Oi.
facelifts, derma rollers, and something called vampire facials. Apparently they extract blood from your arm and put that blood into your face. Because, you know, the arm is where you get that real good blood. No wonder they grew that one guy a new wiener on it. Still, tens of
Yo,
thousands
it
of pounds in
exposed
debt.
me.
Jack
We
was
found him. We've
homeless,
cracked the
couch
case,
surfing,
bro.
and having his lifestyle
Oh, yeah.
funded entirely by 5 sugar daddies. Sugar daddies who also treated him to fancy meals and designer bags. I don't know, to me, 5 guys seems like it might be a bit
Why?
much to handle. But he clarifies, I don't have to do anything intimate with them. I just go out for luxury dinners and attend exclusive events by
Bro,
their
where
side.
could I get some fucking
transaction.
sugar daddies?
They're
I don't
not
give a
really my
I don't give a fuck. Give me some
Someone
sugar
else said
mamas.
that
I don't
sounds, he
care.
assured that he was 100% happy, and that everyone who thought
the
otherwise was jealous or a hater. When I tell people what I do, they always have bad opinions. But as sugar babies are the ones getting driven around in amazing cars. People
Yeah,
want
no
the
shit.
phone, let them, because I'm the one who's winning. A year later, things would take an even more unexpected turn. It was in February of 2019 that Jack
Is he?
would come to another realization. He didn't want to look like Brooklyn Beckham. Now, he wanted to look like Victoria Beckham. And you won't believe how he came to this realization. She said, when I was 8, I was watching Jerry Springer's show and saw a transgender woman on there who had a sex change. So from there on, I knew one day I'm going
Bruh.
to have the operation. Everyone knows I'm
This
transgender and want to look like
dude.
Victoria Beckham now in my hometown. And some people ain't so nice, but I don't care because I have my happy ever after now. And also at this point, Jack, who had stated his intention to have his name legally changed to Victoria, had fully embraced his reputation as a person with the British public footing his bill. Altogether, it's going to cost the taxpayers about £18,000 for my sex change and facelift. Jack's family was claimed to be supportive, with his sister graciously offering to pay for his boob job, and his mother previously unhappy with his choice to look like David Beckham, knowing that this was his truth all along. And with this revelation, there's probably some of you watching this who are like, hey, it's kind of messed up that you spent this whole video misgendering and dead-naming this person. Well, for those
Yeah, I was
of you
gonna
who think
say,
that,
like,
you're gonna like the next part even less.
alright, it's come to another
But at this point,
realization.
you might have guessed where this
Bong.
is going. Yeah, that too was a publicity stunt. There was no sex change, no Victoria Beckham, no memories of Jerry Springer, and Jack would make the news one last time in March of 2020, with what he really wanted now. A new set of veneers to look like David Beckham once again, paid for by the NHS. And he wanted the NHS to pay for it because, as he said, people without legs get new legs. At this point, he was calling himself the Benefits King. And it's more over the top than ever. It's like he's fully taken on this wrestling heel style persona. He talks about how much better life is on benefits than working a job. How he just spent thousands of pounds on clothes and a new Louis Vuitton bag. How he's addicted to plastic surgery and his dream surgery is to get 4 ribs removed. And
4
since the
ribs?
NHS had
Wait, why would you get 4 ribs removed?
he opened up an ultimately unsuccessful GoFundMe for the public to pay for his veneers, specifically to have this procedure done at a Turkish clinic known as the Comfort Zone. And he wraps up this final public spectacle with these comments. Jack also said that he is known for being the guy who spends thousands to look like David Beckham and receives hateful phone calls and once had his windows put through. When asked if he would ever stop claiming benefits, Jack said, "I will always claim benefits. I'm, after all, the benefit king." I can't help but think to that moment in 2017 when he made that Facebook post admitting that it was all just a stunt. I can't help but think that that was some kind of turning.
Where could I get onto
Perhaps
these
the story
benefits?
of
I
him
want
getting
free
all
money.
that
I would
plastic
love to have
surgery
free
and
money.
taxpayer money was true, and maybe he just made that post to get rid of some of the heat and it didn't quite work out. Or maybe that post was the only time he was really telling the truth. But then, since that post kind of went under the radar, maybe he felt that there was simply no shaking the reputation he had for himself now, so he might as well double down. If that's the case, there never seemed to be any real payoff for him. Some of the articles about
Bruh.
him mention an agent and TV deals being in the works, but none of these ever came to fruition. If that's the case, it makes me think that perhaps each of these stunts that he did about a year apart, maybe those were pushes to try and make a deal happen, but none of the projects he envisioned for this character that he created ever really materialized. It's a story that's very clearly fraught with lies.
Yeah,
but
what
at
the
the
fuck?
same time, in some parts of it, it's kind of hard to tell where the truth begins and the lies end. But in any case, that's the story of the Benefits King. If you like this video, check out my video about the woman who replaced her son with a boy made of yarn. I'm out.